Good morning, Britain. Fears of another record-breaking year for Channel crossings. Around 500 migrants are thought to have made the journey yesterday, and last year's January total of over 1,000 could soon be breached.
Ranvir, to stop the crossings, Labour want to set up an elite task force to tackle the people smugglers. But this is already being done, and the criminal gangs continue to be one step ahead.
The doctor won't see you now. School children to be taught how to treat colds, back pain and other conditions to ease the pressure on the creaking health system.
It makes me angry, it makes me sad, it makes me despair, it makes me crazy.
Captain Kirk actor William Shatner says we're in a fight to survive. He's told us how seeing the final frontier for himself inspired him to look after our home planet.
And putting us through our paces, SAS Udays wins. Toughest ever trainers are back from the jungle and in the studio to put GMB's finest to the test. Who's that then?
Laura, surely, Laura.
A band of rain moves south overnight and the outlook today is largely dry with some spells of sunshine but fairly breezy as well. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Thursday, 26th of January 2023, live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Ranvir Singh and Adil Ray.
Were you just waving to the camera, Laura?
I just want to check Laura's all right. Are you OK? Have you got your vest on now? Have you got your vest on? Literally 10 seconds to air, everybody. Laura wasn't happy, ran to her dressing room. We wondered what was going on, to put a vest on.
Yeah, behind-the-scenes secret there, Adil. Managed to do that with 30 seconds to spare, and I thought no one noticed.
No one noticed. No one knows. No one knows.
Nothing is safe on this programme. That whole thing about... Very good morning to you, by the way. Welcome to the show. We've got so much to talk about in the show today. Of course, all the main news stories we'll come to, but we're also... I mean, that SAS Who Dares Wins, even just watching the programme makes me scared.
I'm slightly...
The idea of being in it is just a whole other
I am
prospect.
slightly worried because I know how the producers work on this show. It's not going to be a simple interview, is it? No. We're going to have to do something, aren't we?
We've got the two lead... I mean, they're basically James Bond, these two guys who are now leading SAS.
What are they making us do with them?
Well...
Do we know?
It'll be some form of show of strength.
Right.
Adil, we're not sure. It's no high wire antics on the show, I hope. The insurance doesn't cover that.
I heard Ben Shepherd got punched in the stomach, didn't he?
He did.
By a professional boxer.
Listen, he's willing to
Has he made complaints
himself.
about that? Or...
He did at the time, but nobody listened. Nobody listened. Listen, we're also going to be talking to the gymnast Ellie Downey, who made headlines this week because she, at just the young age of 23, has decided to retire from international and national gymnastics. I mean, she won a gold at the European Championships in 2017. She was set to compete at the World Championships at the end of last year, but wasn't picked. And she has spoken about she needs to preserve her mental health, her happiness, and she needs to prioritise it. Because, frankly, staying within British gymnastics is bad for her health. Yeah. And it's some of the stories that she says are extraordinary.
Horrific.
Checking bags for food. You know, she was on some paracetamol for something once and somebody said, I hope those are diet pills. I mean, extraordinary.
And we've heard this from other gymnastic teams around the world. This isn't just exclusive to British gymnastics, is it? There's something quite...
rotten about the ways, and she will say this, though, there's lots of response from British gymnastics who say we are cleaning up our house, but she has just felt that she cannot continue. So we're hearing live from Ellie Downey this morning, looking forward to hearing from her. Also because, you know, lots of my friends with daughters, you'll know, gymnastics is a big part of your childhood if you're, you know, you're into it. And the idea that in just a few years' time, when you're 14, 15, you could start being pressured. She was told to lose 6 kilograms in 2 weeks, basically 13 pounds a stone. Told to lose a stone in 2 weeks. That cannot be good for anybody.
There was one anecdote she talks about where she had painkillers and a coach turned around to her and said, I hope they're diet pills.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, to tell a young girl that in any shape of life, in any precinct, is wrong. Yeah, the pursuit of sort of international medals at what cost? And Ellie Downey says the cost is too high for her. We're also, though, going to be talking about
well, in the Netherlands, they're going to propose, I think they're proposing to ban pugs.
Oh, yes, OK. I wonder where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the banning dogs one.
These flat-faced pugs, very popular, aren't they? French bulldogs?
Yeah,
Pugs.
pugs. The thing is, you know, my friend used to have one. He's passed away now, and I loved him, but he did have breathing difficulties. I remember sort of when you're near him, you can hear them. They really struggle to breathe. It looks uncomfortable.
It looks uncomfortable. And what's astonishing is that what part of what the Netherlands is proposing that it will be illegal to post anything on social media, which I think that is where it's all come from.
To stop promoting them, and also they're going to really regulate the breeding of these pugs. You know?
Yes. Well, come on, John, we've got a debate about that later. We've got a pug coming into the studio with an owner who says...
Which is the best bit about the story, to be honest.
About a pug coming in. But I'd love to know your thoughts on that. I know we're a nation of dog lovers. What you think about the breeding of these pugs. I had no idea there was such a thing called dog fertility clinics. It completely stunned me. I had no idea we needed such a thing. We certainly...
All that to come later.
Yeah.
Now, good morning. Our main news. There are fears that more people are making the treacherous crossing across the channel than ever.